Eh bien, bonsoir à toutes et à tous, c'est Dark Naruto, comment allez-vous? J'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui, on se retrouve pour la suite de The Council. Alors, hop, on va lancer le jeu.
Je m'appelle Kelly McEvers
Tac, tac.
et je suis journaliste radio. J'ai travaillé sur ce sujet avec les réalisateurs et les scientifiques à la manière d'un podcast documentaire. Notre but, faire un tour d'horizon de ce qui est sans doute l'élément le plus précieux de notre planète. L'eau. Depuis que j'ai entrepris cette aventure, je vois cette molécule partout. J'appelle ça le prisme de l'eau. Regardez les choses par ce biais et vous verrez de l'eau dans tout ce qui vit. Vous verrez l'eau sous forme de fleuve dans le ciel.
Tout est bon, tout est capturé. Hop, sans plus attendre. Alors, la dernière fois, on s'était laissé, si je me rappelle bien, à la première ou à la deuxième partie de l'épisode 4, je me rappelle. Ah non, je crois qu'on est au premier. Je m'étais arrêté là. Ah oui, je devais rejoindre Mortimer dans son bureau. Je m'étais arrêté ici. Donc ouais, let's go.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You've made the right choice. You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more thing I haven't told you about. Sarah was my daughter.
What? But why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Je suis bouleversé.
Confused about everything? I have to admit, it's been a lot to take in such a short amount of time.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
Bon, ça commence bien. Il est où? Il est immunité dans la conviction, la science. Conviction et science. Bon, on va essayer ça.
I think he's worried about you.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play. And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
And what would my role be in all of this?
That's for you to decide. I'm not trying to force you, Louis. I have high hopes for you, but the decision remains yours to make. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and They are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
You really are trying to liberate men.
Of course, not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
But that's completely immoral.
Immoral? Louis, you surprise me. Morality has nothing to do with it. Morality is a concept that we invented ourselves to domesticate man. Don't react like them. Can't you see? It's all within your grasp.
It's not very noble if you ask me, but maybe you invented that concept too. What will happen if I refuse to subjugate men?
It will come naturally to you, my son. But not with the aim of subjugation, but rather to create the best balance possible. You'll see. It comes to us all after a few centuries. I'm just trying to help you save some time. They are perishable, Louis. They come and they go. They are mere butterflies that take themselves for gods. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are?
Comprendre qui nous sommes. C'est un petit peu de la manipulation, je crois.
I understand your goal, but the change you propose is not really a significant one. It is merely more smoke and mirrors.
You must understand that we directly depend on men. Consequently, we have to do our utmost to help them progress and to prevent them from killing each other.
Aussi, nous devons faire notre maximum afin de les faire avancer et leur éviter de s'entretuer. Ah, vu les guerres, c'est raté. Pourquoi ne pas leur apprendre l'autonomie? Vu les guerres, c'est raté.
And you think that's been a success? Humanity? It's almost always at war. And it's been this way forever.
Look, I'm not saying that the task is easy. We've all had failures. And at times, we have even suffered from conflicts on our own side. I'm doing my best to improve the situation. Our family clings to its privileges and to the past. And that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
Oh, truquer le colloque.
You're going to use your powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade. Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Aller jusqu'à la chambre de Piagui. Je peux pas lui parler.
Please don't hold it against me, but I would like to be alone for a while.
Je pense que ça sert à rien que je fasse les chambres.
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first. It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate. I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence.
Euh... Oh putain, j'ai rien découvert de son côté. Parler de la Sainte Lance, parler du colloque.
Do you believe in demons?
What are you talking about, Louis? Where is he going with this?
I can feel something. Demons, Your Eminence.
I am a cardinal. Of course I believe in evil. What on earth is the matter with him? Is he losing his mind?
All right, hang in there, Louis. Don't lose him. Rest assured, Your Eminence, I'm fine.
But it's impossible.
Rest assured, Your Eminence, I am fine. I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me. Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Lire la lettre sur le bureau. Lire la première lettre. Mon cher Giuseppe, mon état de santé ne me permettant pas d'honorer l'invitation de Sir Holmes chez Lord Mortimer, vous y rendre afin siéger en mon nom à un colloque, vous m'assisterez bien. En reconnaissance à vos autres possibilités de nos accords avec Sir Gregory et informez-le que son entreprise concernant l'évêque cardinal Chiaramonti suit son cours. Je renouvelle toute ma confiance. Dieu vous bénisse et vous protège. Giovanni Angelico Bracci. N'utilisez plus votre tampon personnel quand vous m'écrivez. Changez de tampon pour celui figurant ma devise. Deuxième lettre. Mon cher Giuseppe, je vous sais en route pour la résidence de Lord Mortimer. J'espère que vous ferez bon voyage, bien que vous soyez amené à traverser les campagnes françaises actuellement très agitées. Cette mission est capitale, mon ami, sachez-le. Dieu vous bénisse et vous protège.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
On va discréditer Mortimer.
As we inform Sir Gregory, it is of absolute necessity that Lord Mortimer's projects do not come to fruition. We're talking about the future of the Holy See.
Choisir un tampon pour la lettre. Écrire le code.
There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793.
Réfléchir à se passer du code. Waouh.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the numbers shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. today the date is 24/01/1793.
Oh, c'est bugué. Aujourd'hui, c'est le 24. Euh... Ah, ça y est, c'est plus bugué. Se passer du code. Hmm. Ah, je suis désolé, chers amis, c'est vraiment... Je pensais pas que le début du live va être comme ça, mais je suis obligé d'aller dans la soluce. Parce que j'ai pas envie de me rater dans un jeu pareil. Alors...
Today the date is 24/01/1793. 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 Today is the 24/01/1793.
Allez, choisir un tampon.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it. And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini. Must be in Latin. And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini.
Flore in Domo Domini. L'inscription.
Justitia, misericordia e humiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages.
C'est pas celui-là. Le gauche peut-être.
A circle with a cross inside.
Non, celui du milieu.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
Si on
Latin,
traduit.
it blooms in the house of God.
On va utiliser celui-ci. Lire les lettres sur le bureau. Je pense pas qu'il y a énormément d'intérêt. Écrivez lettre pour le pape. Ah bah on a tout fait, donc finir la lettre.
Your Eminence, all ready to send...
What's he doing here?
Damn it, that's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us?
What's going on here, Piaggi?
Bon, rester avec la Solus. What? Alors attendez, quoique je vais faire sans la Solus. Décontenance, c'est coup de poing d'effort plus 1. Oh, ah non, c'est pas un malus, c'est un bonus. Ok. Alors déjà, c'est Volwarner qui me parle. C'est la diversion qui est en vulnérabilité. Occultisme, conviction. Prétends que tu as exorcisé Louis. Ça va pas le faire. Peut-être que Louis a fait un malaise. Un calmant à Louis, ça va pas le faire. On va essayer
Calm
ça.
down, my friend. The poor boy has just passed out. We were talking about this and that when suddenly he fainted. Keeled over, just like that.
Huh, really? What a weakling. I wonder what
Yes.
Mortimer sees in him.
Who knows? I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is, and there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him.
No, listen, my son. This is all getting out of hand.
Hogwash! I don't trust him in the slightest.
Why not?
Can you keep a secret?
Vous savez garder un secret. Bien
Of
sûr.
course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son. Would you believe it?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
Ça fait bizarre. Logique, conviction. Holmes serait contre. C'est ça, il m'a retourné. Je crois que j'avais fait conviction sur lui et ça a plutôt marché. Je crois, mais je m'en rappelle plus. Ça, c'est... Ami de Sir Gregory. Bon, on va essayer de... Holmes serait contre.
I am certain that Sir Gregory would be opposed.
You know nothing. I know Sir Gregory better
That's
than...
against the rules of the conference, Monsieur von Wollner. I refuse to go against Sir Gregory.
Right.
Monsieur von Wollner, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it.
Je dirais tout à homme, je dirais tout à votre voix. Vous risquez de faire annuler le colloque, ça sert à rien, donc peut-être qu'avec Holm, ça va le faire.
If you lay a finger on him, I'll denounce you to Sir Gregory. I'm warning you.
You old weasel! Very well, Piaggi, you win.
I
Tell
refuse
us
to
you-
let you do the first thing that comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right. Time for me to get back into my body.
Il a les yeux ouverts.
Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
Échappée belle. Rejoignez Mortimer dans la salle à manger. Ah. Maintenant, faut que je descende à cette heure. Ah non, c'est bel et bien un malus. Je ne peux pas gagner... Je peux pas gagner en fait des fragments, enfin des petits points blancs supplémentaires à chaque fois que je fasse une bonne réponse. Mais malheureusement, je n'ai plus d'élixir d'or.
Am I disturbing you?
Monsieur de Richet, it seems you are everywhere. Was Mr. von Wollner able to help you?
Help me?
Yes, for your armillary sphere.
Oh, yes.
Louis,
that.
everything all right?
Yes. Excuse me, I was miles away.
Oh, while you're here, you wouldn't know who the last guest is, would you?
What do you mean?
I heard a certain...
Who?
Of it, I mean...
Well, I'm a...
Bon, ça sert à rien parce que ça répète le même dialogue que j'ai déjà dit dans la Rediff-Live précédente.
So, Louis, what was your first time like? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit, the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
J'ai bien failli vomir, vivement la prochaine fois. J'ai dû m'y reprendre à 2 fois.
To tell you the truth, I didn't make it through the first time.
Well, that's quite normal on the first try. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him, too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
Laissez-lui une chance de trouver sa place.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to... He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
William a toujours aimé les grandes mises en scène, son côté théâtral. C'est le moins que l'on puisse dire. À qui je parle là en fait? Conviction, science. Conviction.
Does he have an inferiority complex?
I've told him time and time again, Louis. He always has to take it one step too far.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William? When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
Cela ressemble à un régime totalitaire. Mais que craint-il que Mortimer me fasse? Mais que craint-il que Mortimer me fasse? Non. Cela ressemble à un régime totalitaire.
When you speak of the right order, I can't help hearing your order.
Louis, wouldn't you think that by now we've acquired a certain experience? Don't you think that we're the best place to know what the right order should be by now?
I mostly understand that even with the best of intentions, this kind of talk could well be misinterpreted. Every powerful man has had to speak in this way at some stage. That doesn't mean that they were right or that they achieved great things. Take the kings of France, for example. They weren't all good monarchs.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary,
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
there you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
Alors. Merde. Ah, pourquoi YouTube il bug? C'est quoi ça? Ah, ok, ça n'a rien à voir.
I was born a man. I grew up as such. Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference. I refuse to let them manipulate humanity the way they do. They're gonna ask me to choose between them. I'll just have to go with the lesser evil of the two.
but they better not count on me to keep my word. I'll bring them all down.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
Quel est ton choix, Louis? Bah, je vais m'allier avec Holmes vu que je vais rester dans la même mentalité que j'avais fait le même choix dans la rediff précédente où le groupe de... Enfin, comment dire? Où le groupe de Holmes... Holmes, pardon. Ne préfère pas jouer le rôle du démon de Mortimer. Et pour le coup, je suis quand même choqué que j'ai tué Emily. Ah, cela m'attriste. Mais bon. Je m'allie avec Holm en mémoire d'Emily parce que je l'ai tué sans me rendre compte. Mais franchement, le jeu il est quand même bien fait quelque part. Voilà, c'est fini. C'est la fin de l'épisode 4 en plus. Le jeu est tellement bien fait parce que déjà de 1, il faut vraiment reconnaître toutes les cultures, tout ce qui s'est passé tout ce qui s'est passé dans les années précédentes. Pour résoudre les énigmes, franchement, c'est vraiment un truc innovant. Ça change les énigmes à la Sherlock Holmes où tout est facile. Tu comprends vite les énigmes, tandis que là, tu comprends rien quand tu t'y connais pas en culture de tout ce que tu vois, quoi. Donc, limite... Oh là là. Je préfère lui quand même. Donc, je vais garder je vais regarder le même choix. Et d'ailleurs, dans mes anciennes parties d'il y a longtemps, je crois que j'avais suivi Mortimer, il me semble. Donc là, c'est un pur changement. Je vais m'allier avec Holm.
Father, I'm sorry, but if I'm going to follow my instincts, I can't in good conscience follow you.
But
I hope you won't take it personally, but I prefer to support Sir Gregory.
very well. You have made your choice.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest. Well, my friends, here we all are.
Isn't the Duchess meant to be with us?
No, she's resting in her room. Don't worry. The conference can resume. Now, we all know that tensions have been running high, but now is not the moment to give in.
The main thing is that just one vote
Yes,
can
indeed.
suffice
It
to...
will only take one of you opposing his project to win the conference.
Ah là, il y a un problème de sous-titres.
But I would rather have us united until the end. Meanwhile, let us remain on our guard against any last-minute surprises. I know my brother well. He never prepares for war if he has no chance of winning.
Ai-je raté quelque chose? Oh, j'ai rien raté et j'ai eu aucune alternative. J'ai réussi, j'ai falsifié une lettre pour le pape, j'ai choisi de discréter Lord Mortimer dans ma lettre au pape, j'ai appris à me servir de mon nouveau pouvoir, je me suis temporairement allié avec Sir Gregory pour la suite du colloque, j'ai réussi à empêcher Von Wallner de m'empoisonner, j'ai découvert l'endroit où je pourrais récupérer Alasif, j'ai retrouvé Lady Hillsborough dans sa chambre, j'ai obtenu de Manuel Godoy une information sur Alasif. C'est bien. Oh là 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 là, regardez-moi ces niveaux. Incroyable. 8 points. Tout ce que j'ai jamais eu. Oh, on va les partager. Voilà. Vu que de toute façon, j'ai quand même l'impression que les points maintenant ça sert plus à rien vu que j'arrive bientôt à la fin du jeu. Ouais, voilà, la fin de l'épisode 4. Nous arrivons donc à la fin à la fin de l'épisode de The Council, le 5e. Et vu qu'il y en a que 3, je pense que ça va être rapide et ce sera la fin de mon live sur ce jeu. Et après, il n'y aura plus rien au mois de décembre. Enfin, peut-être que si j'ai peut-être des jeux de décembre, mais en général, je sais pas encore si je les ferai ou quoi. Allez, on est parti pour le dernier épisode de The Council qui est le vote final. Attention, ça déconne 0. Je crois qu'à la fin, il n'y a plus d'énigmes, il me semble.
From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts.
You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
She has to pay for all the harm she's done to me.
Meanwhile, let us remain on our guard against any last-minute surprises. I know my brother well. He never prepares for war if he has no chance of winning.
Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
If I'm asking you all these things, it's for your own good, you know.
You are keeping up the good work, I see. But I'm telling you, keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now. Don't make me your competition, de Richet. You are no match.
Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
Petit salon. 24 janvier 1793.
My friends, here we all are. We are about to definitively shelve Lord Mortimer's absurd project regarding Louisiana. It will only take one of you to oppose it, and we have won. The vote is to be held shortly, so we must keep our guard up. I'm sure Mortimer's preparing something.
Don't worry, Sir Gregory. Nothing can stop us now.
Beware, Johann. We mustn't underestimate him. So, I'll ask you to return to your rooms and stay there until the conference. And if one of Mortimer's team comes knocking at your door, no matter what, do not open it under any circumstance. Don't give them the opportunity to manipulate you. Is that clear?
Understood.
Good.
Count on me. As you wish.
Right. Let us adjourn. Louis, stay a moment, if you would. I need to speak to you.
Yes. What can I do for you?
I've known my brother for a long time. I'm sure he has a... I'd like you to go and see each member of our group and make sure they remain loyal.
Il craint la réaction de mon père.
One thing's for sure. I doubt William will give up without a fight. He'll try something. I'll keep him busy while you check on all of our group. Can I trust you?
Of course.
If there is a traitor in our group, find out who it is, Louis. Find them, then come back and let me know. I'll deal with them personally. I want a landslide victory. I want to teach William a lesson.
Wait a minute. Isn't the Duchess supposed to be here?
No, she's resting in her room. I confess I'm a little worried about her mental health. She's going through a very difficult time at the moment, and I wouldn't want my brother to exploit her fragility.
I'll go now.
Thank you, Louis. See you in a while.
Ah, j'ai eu un livre gratuit. Syropédie. Une biographie du roi perse Cyrus II ayant pour vocation d'éduquer les futurs souverains. Un point dans le truc. Et j'ai que ça. Assurez-vous de loyauté envers Sir Homme de Manuel Goldog, Isabelle G, George Washington, Lady Wallisborough et Johann von Wallner. Ben... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bon. La question est, est-ce que des objets repop? Ah. Livre de chasse. Ah, apparemment, oui, les objets repop. Non, ça sert à rien. Ok, donc ici, il n'y a que le livre. Je vais pas parler à lui tout de suite. Je ne peux pas. Très bien. Let's go.
Golden elixir.
Ah, nice. Je vais le boire maintenant parce que vu le malus que je me suis pris, ça m'empêchait de gagner des trucs gratuits, quoi. Je trouve ça... Je trouve ça plutôt sournois. Alors je vais voir si lui il a des objets ou...
What can I...
As I was on...
Dépanner. La croix de mal qui me sert strictement à rien. Bon. Ah. Non, c'est le tableau. Est-ce que je peux sortir ou pas du tout? Oh, je peux sortir. Under. Alors je peux sortir, mais je peux pas aller là où il y a les écrits. Là il y a rien. Voir s'il y a des objets apparemment il n'y a rien. C'est toujours les mêmes. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
What is...
Yes! Yes! At last I found it! Al-Azif!
Well, you gotta admit, you did give us a run for our money. Huh? What? A page has been torn out.
Al-Azif, expert. Al-Azif. Et il y a une page qui a été arrachée. LOL, depuis tout ce temps. Alors ça, chers amis, je vous promets que je l'avais pas découvert. Dans mes anciennes parties, je l'ai jamais trouvé, le fameux livre de Al-Azif. Et comme par hasard, en fouillant, en fait, le jeu c'est vraiment du fouillage, quoi. Si tu fouilles pas assez le jeu, ben tant pis, t'es dans la merde. Et là, bah pouf. À force de chercher, vous trouvez des choses qui sont importantes pour l'histoire du jeu, en fait. Incroyable.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Franchement, j'aurais jamais cru que le livre Al-Azif allait être depuis longtemps dans une malle. Non. Ok. Alors c'est ce qui s'appelle de vérifier si tout a été pris, voire même bien fouillé. Apparemment oui. Donc ici il fallait trouver le livre à la CIF. Et attendez. Ah ouais. Oh, a été déchiré. J'ai... Oh là là, regardez-moi tout ce point de compétence. Livre de chasse, un point de compétence en vigilance. Il reste plus que 2 objets ici dans l'inventaire et j'aurai tout complet. Vous sentez observé. J'ai la lance de Longinus. Pièce de collection 51. Je peux pas regarder. Ok. Ok. Au moins ça mérite d'être clair et net. Bon, retournons dans le manoir maintenant, vu qu'on a tout ça. Je viens de là-bas. Est-ce qu'on peut aller là-bas ou... Oui. On va voir s'il y a des gens en bas, hein, vu que le jeu nous propose de fouiller la zone.
Louis,
Ah bah.
come closer. I'm warming myself up. I was unfortunate enough to step outside and now I'm freezing.
Et où? Quoi?
So, tell me, my friend, what can I do for you?
And this is the scumbag that tried to poison me.
Se venger, ne pas se venger. On ne va pas se venger.
Sir Gregory has tasked me with making sure that all his allies don't change their minds over the conference.
Ok, allez-vous voter? Ah, donc là, c'est ce qui permet de savoir, en gros, qu'est-ce qu'ils vont voter. Mais je préfère pas lire dans leurs pensées, je vais leur parler clairement.
Are you still going to vote for Sir Gregory?
Did he ask you? I knew it. You need have no fear. I've always been loyal to him.
Very well. And what proof do you have?
Absolutely none. And I couldn't care less about convincing you. On that note, see you later. Huh? Perhaps.
What a scumbag.
Johan von Warner. Hop. Lui, c'est fait. Ah!
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Du miel. Il faut que ça nous sauve. Alors là, ça va être le refouillage de la zone. Non, ça, ce qui brille, c'est ça. Et il faut pas se rater. Hein. Vu qu'on est à la fin du jeu. Attention pour bien essayer de voir et de rien rater de tout ce qui brille. Bon, ici je pense pas qu'ils vont remettre un objet brillant dans la bibliothèque. Et ce fut le cas. Alors, nous allons donc arriver dans la grande salle. Oh purée, on peut même aller dans le jardin, quoi. tout ce qui bip, ce ne sont que les tableaux. Alors ici.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Croix de Malte qui ne sert strictement à rien. Donc ici, il n'y a rien. Je vais quand même aller voir dans l'autre pièce. Ça c'est pareil, c'est toujours la croix de Malte. Je suis full. Je ne peux pas aller dans la grande salle de colloque. Et apparemment il n'y a plus rien. Alors on va voir dans le jardin s'il y a quelque chose. Ça m'étonnerait, mais quelque part ça pourrait être possible que des objets ont popé. Soyons sur nos gardes. Essayons de voir qu'est-ce qu'il y a, qu'est-ce qu'il n'y a pas. Bon, là officiellement il n'y a rien. Je pense qu'il n'y a rien dans le labyrinthe, mais mieux vaut être sûr. Non. Non. Je crois que j'ai tout fouillé. Ouais, je suis revenu au point de départ. Ouh là là. Revenons à nos pas. Alors, ici. Ça brille pas. Non. Est-ce que je peux descendre? Oui, je peux descendre. La luminosité des bougies. Ça brille pas, apparemment non. Ça c'est fermé, on peut pas aller plus loin. Ok. La croix de Malte, comme d'hab. Alors, ce qui est pas logique, c'est il fait jour, or quand on va sortir, il va faire nuit. Il y a un truc qui est pas logique. Hein. Enfin. Même ça, quoi. On dirait qu'il fait jour, qu'en fait il fait nuit. Alors, c'est un sec qu'il n'y a rien. Ok, on peut monter à l'étage. Excusez-moi pour mon bail. Ah. Alors, dans cet étage. Non. Alors là, je sais pas si c'est un bug. Joanne Vol 9. Je peux visiter sa chambre. Est-ce que dans sa chambre, y a-t-il des objets qui sont réapparus? Sur le tête pointu. Je peux même sortir dehors. Je vois pas qu'il brille. C'est la porte qui... Ah, je ne peux pas, tiens. Non. Non. Oui. J'espère, de toute manière, je pense pas que je vais devoir utiliser les fenêtres, vu que ça sert à rien. Je vais aller par les portes de devant. Ici, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose? Les liaisons dangereuses. Ah! Nice. Voilà, je peux pas, évidemment. Je ne peux pas. Très bien. Tout se passe qu'à l'étage d'ici, maintenant. On va bien regarder autour de soi s'il n'y a pas un objet qui brille. Non. Plus. Alors ici c'est Jack Peu. Est-ce qu'il est parti maintenant, ce Jack Peu? Normalement oui. Vu que je l'ai fait partie. Ouais, ça c'est la lettre. Alors ils se sont pas foutus d'enlever la malle de... la lettre et la malle de Jack Pelou. Ça c'est un peu dommage parce qu'ils l'ont laissé tel quel, alors qu'en vrai ils auraient dû l'enlever quoi. Y a-t-il un intérêt d'aller à la fenêtre? Je pense pas. Donc ici, il n'y a rien. Ici, Napoléon Bonaparte. Mhm. Ah. Inutile de vous presser avec Walner, nous sommes certains qu'il pillera vu la gravité des choses. Mieux vaut le surprendre à la dernière minute.
Looks like Volner's opposition is in the line of fire. I don't like the sound of that.
Walner?
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly.
Walner se sent visé. Hmm.
My dear Napoleon.
Ah, Napoléon Bonaparte. On va quand même le parler.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Leave me, thank you. I have no time to spare. I have no time to spare.
Je n'ai pas le temps à perdre. Bon. Très bien, très bien. Ah, notre chère Emily. Qui est Emma en fait, en vrai.
Emma?
Come in, Louis. What can I do for you?
Well, the conference will be upon us soon, and I found some
And
more...
right you are. I've wanted to wait a bit before speaking to you about it, but as you are here, I've been thinking about what we'll do when we get back. How we ought to decorate the house, prepare the children's bedrooms. Yes, I want 3. And the firstborn will be a boy. We'll call him Louis, after his father.
Oh, great. This just keeps getting worse. She's drifting deeper into madness. Right. I can't let her be taken advantage of for the sake of this cursed conference. If Mortimer doesn't help her, then I'll have to come down to home. Emma, listen to me.
Anyway, we'll have time to speak about it later. Regarding the conference, as we're going to vote for Mortimer's project, I thought to myself, you ought to go and notify Sir Gregory that we won't be following him.
For Mortimer? But I thought you weren't on very good terms with him.
True, but he came and spoke to me, and well, I'm not exactly sure, but I shall vote for Mortimer. Anyway, go and tell Gregory that we've changed our minds.
Madam, you shouldn't take part in that conference. What would you say about returning to England?
I must vote for Mortimer.
It's not reasonable.
I must vote for Mortimer.
I see Father hasn't left her much choice here. Very well. I'll go and tell Sir Gregory right away. I'll see you later then, madam. I hope Gregory will be able to do something. She really needs help.
La pauvre. Ah, je ne peux plus rentrer chez elle. Très bien. Alors, ici nous avons Manuel Godoy. Monsieur Godoy, êtes-vous là? Normalement oui. Oh là là. Ouais, c'est le livre que j'ai déjà lu, ça sert à rien. Ah. Ici, ça va, c'est un endroit qui est fermé. Ça, c'est pour le tableau. Le tableau, il n'y a rien. Là, il n'y a rien. Ah, je ne peux pas aller là. Ce qui est un peu bizarre. Pleine lune. La lune qui est un peu bizarre. Ouais. Y a-t-il un objet? Ah.
Monsieur Bonaparte. Ah, excuse me, I was expecting someone else.
Mr. Godoy, do you have a moment?
Your timing's awkward, Dorishi. I'm expecting some. I haven't time. Please leave me.
Very well. I won't insist.
Looks like he only wants to speak to Bonaparte. I know what I have to do if I want to speak to him.
Eh oui, on va utiliser notre pouvoir de...
Dorishi, I told you that I did not have time for you. I will ask you to leave me alone.
Looks like he only wants to speak to Bonaparte. I know what I have to do if I want to speak to him.
Bon. Parler à Bonaparte. Eh ben, il va l'avoir, son Bonaparte. Je venais de là, oui. Ça c'est chez moi, mais chez moi on s'en fout. Ah, le cardinal Piaghi.
Your Eminence?
Oh, Louis. What can I do for you?
Not too nervous about the conference?
Even if I add Lord Mortimer's reaction into the equation, I must admit, I don't know how we can lose. It will only take one of us to vote against his project, and the idea will be definitively dropped.
Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he still had a few tricks up his sleeve.
You are thinking about something?
Piaghi. Non, c'est pas ça. Piaghi, j'ai rien découvert chez lui. Tristesse absolue. Penser à quelque chose. Vous pourriez trahir homme, par exemple.
Let's say it wouldn't be impossible for Mortimer to influence some of Holmes' supporters, so they vote in favor of his project.
Come, Louis. You don't really mean that. And if it were like that, I can assure you that Sir Gregory would have noticed. You are worrying over nothing.
Very well. So everything is fine then. Better safe than sorry, right?
You are right. And frankly, you have absolutely nothing to fear.
Perfect. Allow me to leave you then. I'm expected elsewhere.
Of course. Please do.
Piaghi, c'est fait. Oh lol, je peux retourner dans sa chambre. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'il a. Ah.
Please leave me now, Louis.
Bon, d'accord. Je peux sortir à l'extérieur.
My dear Giuseppe, poor health forbids me from joining you. Please thank Sir Gregory for his invitation to Lord Mortimer's. I'm convinced you'll be able to strengthen our agreements.
D'accord. Ah, lui par contre, je peux sortir par les deux fenêtres. voire même à plusieurs endroits. Bon, il n'y avait rien. C'est pour regarder la vue, mais ça sert à rien. Je peux pas rentrer par là. Ah, pff. Oh, je suis rentré dans ma chambre. Ok. Bon. Sortons de là. Je ne sais plus dans quel sens j'étais. Ah oui, j'avais dit que ma chambre on s'en foutait, sous le piagui, ça c'est fait. Cette porte là ne sert strictement à rien. Enfin, peut-être à la fin du jeu, je crois qu'il va servir à quelque chose. Pas sûr. George Washington. Monsieur George. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça encore?
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Vous avez pas marre d'avoir tout le temps des croix de Malte? Alors, j'ai peur qu'il va me rejeter de sa chambre. Je peux même sortir. Mais je crois que dehors, il n'y a que dalle.
My dear George.
Ouais, ça je m'en Y'a rien. Allons lui parler.
Mr. President, would you have a minute to spare?
Of course, Louis. What can I do for you?
I wanted to make sure that you're still with us. Since Mortimer has to convince everyone to follow him to win the vote, well, I expect he'll try bringing you over to his side eventually.
I won't lie. William did make a point of speaking to me.
And?
He has always supported me, Louis. I've been thinking long and hard about this. I know I said I would vote for Holm, but I've been reconsidering. I'm sorry, but I won't be following you this time around.
Well, at least that's clear. Holmes the one who's going to be delighted about this reversal.
I'm sorry for you. Good luck and see you later at the conference.
See you later.
Donc on a Emily, George Washington.
Please, leave me now.
Donc faut pas que j'oublie qu'il y a Emma, George Washington. Maintenant il ne va me rester plus que Manuel Godoy. Ah. Qu'est-ce qui brille? Non, 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 il y a un truc à briller, j'ai entendu. Pièce de collection. Oh là 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 là. Comment c'est fourbe. Qu'est-ce que c'est fourbe. Ah bah le pire c'est que je suis retourné en arrière. J'étais dans le mauvais sens. Et je l'ai trouvé dans l'autre sens de la pièce de collection, incroyable. Oh là là, comment c'est fourbe. Alors je vais faire le tour, voir s'il n'y a pas quelque chose qui brille. Apparemment pas. Ça je ne peux pas. Ici il n'y a rien, ok. Et je suis revenu au point de départ. Très bien. Johan Van Wanler, ça a été dit. Non, là, il n'y a personne. Il faut que j'aille chez Bonaparte pour contrôler Bonaparte et aller chez Manuel Godoy. Jack Perrault, non. Ah, Napoléon Bonaparte. Bonjour.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Louis, do you want something?
Yes, for you to test the Duke's loyalty, since he'll only speak to you.
Well,
Whatever it is, I haven't the time. The conference will shortly begin, and I want to be focused. Sorry. Come back and see me afterwards.
I see I haven't much choice.
Seeing as Godoy will only talk to Bonaparte, and Bonaparte will talk to no one, I have no other choice but to borrow his body. Nothing personal here, Napoleon.
Look, I'm sorry. This conference is of utmost importance to me, and I should like to be prepared for it.
Concentrate, Louis.
You don't mind if I sit down, do you?
I don't want to fall flat on my face when my spirit passes inside you.
No, I don't think you've understood, Derichet.
Link into his thoughts, Louis. Come on.
I said I did not want to be disturbed.
That's it. I sense something.
What word in leave me alone do you not understand?
Come on, just keep going and get inside his mind. Now.
Too bad for you. You can't say that I haven't. Thank you very much for the loan of this body, monsieur.
Right. Let's not waste any more time, Louis. Godoy is waiting.
Ah, slash TP.
Ah, there you are at last, Bonaparte.
My lord Duke.
What a typically French attitude.
Come,
you
let's
are
not...
20 minutes late, without the least excuse. I am risking a lot, monsieur. You seem to forget.
Please excuse me.
Well, what did you want to see me about?
So, let's see whose side he's really on.
I wanted to be sure. You are still going to vote for Mortimer, as planned, yes?
Mortimer? What the devil are you talking about, Bonaparte? I am on Holmes' side, and I intend to vote against Mortimer's project.
Je suis du côté de Homme et je compte bien voter contre le projet de Mortimer. On me la fait pas à moi. Je sais que vous travaillez pour Mortimer. Ah, Manuel Godoy, c'est quoi son... Manuel Godoy. Il est immunité contre l'étiquette. Bon. On va essayer. Je sais que vous travaillez pour Mortimer, c'est Ulrich qui me l'a dit. On me la fait pas à moi.
My Lord Duke, I never once dreamed of you playing on both sides of the fence, but I was given to understand that you and Lord Mortimer do have a few interests in common.
But I don't know what on earth you are talking about. Lord Mortimer and myself may agree on a number of subjects, but I am and shall always remain loyal to Sir Gregory. You see, there is no reason to think that I could ever side with Mortimer.
Oh, that's a pity. He was going to make you an offer.
What are you talking about? Make yourself clear. I do not understand you.
Expliquez-vous, je ne comprends pas. 50 000 louis d'or, sa gratitude pour élu une alliance avec la France. Vous le savez très bien. Vous le savez très bien. Proposez-lui une alliance. Non, je crois pas. Je crois pas qu'il est politique, lui. va dire ça. Ça
Come
va être très
on,
bien.
my Lord Duke. We both know very well what we are talking about. I thank you for not
Ah.
wasting my time.
I never dreamed of it, monsieur. I have a fair idea as to your presence here, but for some reason, something doesn't seem quite right. I am somewhat lost, to tell the truth. And this just isn't like you. I wonder if it really is you, in fact. You're just fishing around because you're the one who's changed sides.
What? What on earth are you talking about?
You're working for Holm. Admit it.
No, I'm not. Don't be ridiculous.
He's asked you to flush out the traitors in his team, hasn't he?
Of course he hasn't.
Admit it.
Avouez, la France suit Mortimer, pas Holm. C'est faux, je n'ai qu'une parole. Est-ce qu'on la joue fourbe ou on joue échiquier, la logique? Alors excusez-moi, mais c'est pour voir justement... Godoy. Quoi? Pourquoi ça me l'affiche pas? Donc je sais que sa vulnérabilité, c'est de le manipuler. La logique... On va quand même lui dire que la France suit Mortimer et pas Holmes. On va essayer.
Godoy, you're getting yourself in a muddle with all your speculating. The only true patron of France is, and always has been, Lord Mortimer.
I know, but something doesn't feel right, and I cannot put my finger on it. But let's assume, if you are really working for Mortimer, why did he task you to question me like this?
De la sorte. On peut à savoir s'il peut compter sur vous. Je suis son homme de confiance. Il a peur que vous ne votiez pas pour lui, sûrement parce qu'il pensait que vous me feriez confiance. Si vous travaillez bien pour Mortimer, pourquoi a-t-il chargé de m'interroger de la sorte? Mortimer a besoin de savoir s'il peut compter sur vous. Ouais, on va essayer.
Lord Mortimer trusts you, my Lord Duke, but with all that's been going on, I admit he needs to feel supported. And as you're a man of great qualities, in his opinion, he simply wanted to make sure that you will still support him.
Ah, now I understand. Listen, I'll take your word for it, but tell Mortimer that he's making me run too great a risk. I already gave him my approval, and we agreed not to speak about it on the island. Just imagine for a minute if Holm had caught us. You might not know what he is capable of, but I certainly do. It would be the end of me.
The bastard. He really is a traitor.
Please excuse me, Duke Manuel, but that wasn't the intention. I shall go and reassure Lord Mortimer about the vote, and I promise to avoid you running any more risks.
I hope so. Now please, leave me. We must not be seen together.
It's time to get going.
Ok. Bon, ben voilà, on a fait tout le tour. Allons prévenir Holm. Donc, on a Washington, Emily. Attendez, on a Washington, Emily, Manuel Godoy, Piaghi. Ben, il y a Piaghi et Wallner qui sont pas traîtres en fait. Donc c'est cool. Dans le petit salon, je sais plus de quel côté c'est. Ah voilà. Ouais, j'ai tout pris. On est bon. Let's go.
Ah, Louis. I was getting impatient. So, tell me, have you been able to speak to everyone?
Absolutely.
And? Did you find a traitor in our midst?
Before I go any further, I'd like to talk about Emma.
Yes? What's wrong?
She's ill, Uncle. She needs help. She cannot reasonably take part in the conference.
What do you mean? Louis, I know that what happened recently was difficult for Emma, but do you realize what you're asking of me?
Sir, she's completely out of her mind. Even if you asked her to vote, you wouldn't be able to guarantee she will vote for you. She's locked herself in an absurd fantasy world. I implore you, don't make her do this.
Well, I can see there is great kindness in you, Louis, but I'm afraid...
Make her leave. Find an institution that can help her, please, sir. You don't need her to win the vote. Whatever happens, I'm with you, and I can assure you of my vote. We can't lose.
Very well. I've always attached great importance to our family, and even though it saddens me to confess it, I must agree with you that the poor girl is in a very bad way. I will tell William that I'm removing the Duchess from the conference, and that he must organize her departure right away. Will that satisfy you?
That'll be perfect. Thank you, Uncle.
So, are you going to tell me if there is a traitor amongst us? Any news of Piaggi?
Piaggi n'est pas un...
You can count on him.
As always. And President Washington, can we count on him?
Washington est un traître.
Unfortunately, President Washington has changed sides.
I must admit it comes as no surprise. My brother has always followed him, and I was expecting this reversal. What's your opinion of Duke Manuel?
Duc Manuel... Ah, attendez, c'est qui Manuel Godoy? Manuel Godoy, lui, est un traître. Godoy est un traître.
Duke Manuel won't be supporting us.
How dare he! If it weren't for me, he wouldn't be where he is today.
I had to trick him in order to make sure. I passed inside Napoleon so that he would talk to me.
Congratulations, Luke. I see you're not one to stop at half measures.
I pretended that I was only checking he was still working for Mortimer.
And he confessed?
He was suspicious right to the end, but yes, he ended up giving himself away and conceded he was working for your brother.
That scoundrel! And von Wollner? What's your feeling about him?
Lui parler de la lettre trouvée. Lui parler de la lettre trouvée. La lettre? Quelle lettre? Putain, je me rappelle plus qu'est-ce que j'ai comme lettre. Et il est où? Johan. Ami de Frédéric Guillaume. Nanana. Ami de Sir Grégorion. Second inventeur. Le buveur qu'a utilisé Wollner en écrivant sa réponse à Homme, Wollner semble avoir déposé un paquet à l'embarcadère. Ah, c'est ça la lettre que j'ai eue de Wollner? Lettre de Sarah de Richet. Ok. Bon, je vais lui montrer la lettre. Hein. Lui parler de la lettre trouvée.
He's on your side. However, it seems that Mortimer feels certain he can get him to change his mind.
You mean blackmail him? That's impossible.
I don't know, but I thought it wise to warn you.
Yes. I see. Thank you, Louis, for all this information. I only hope what you say is right. The consequences could be horrific.
That is what we're likely to see.
William has moved his pieces. If that's how it is, it's my turn now.
What are you going to do?
Show him that I am not going to be outdone. Prepare yourself. It won't be long before the conference begins. There's just enough time to briefly go over it once more with my guests. Let us meet in the conference room when the time comes.
So, do we agree?
Agreed. Let's return to our places now.
You're right.
What were they talking about?
Faites échouer le projet de Lord Mortimer.
Louis, a moment of your time, please.
Yes, monsieur. What can I do for you?
I would like you to hear me out without interrupting. It's in your interest. You are in a perilous situation, and I want to avoid you becoming a laughingstock.
Il est gentil.
That's very kind of you.
In actual fact, all of Sir Gregory's team is working for Mortimer. If you vote for Holm, Mortimer will never forgive you. And I can assure you that he is taken down far tougher than you.
Are you threatening me?
Not me, Louis. But you are the only one who hasn't turned against Sir Gregory. Join us. Vote with us if you do not want to feel the wrath of Mortimer alone.
Is that all?
That's all, yes. I just wanted to warn you. Now you are free to vote where your conscience leads you. Good luck.
So, he's the one who's been persuading them all to turn. I just gotta hope that Holmes managed to pull off his conjuring trick. Otherwise, Bonaparte's right. I'll be the only one voting against Mortimer, and therefore the only one to face the consequences.
My friends, here we are at last, gathered together to close this conference. I would first of all like to thank you all for making the time to be here and lend your services. Gregory, I believe I may speak for both of us when I say that we are honored by your presence here.
You are perfectly right to do so, William. Thank you for putting your faith in us and for coming here to participate in this conference. Thank you for helping us to make the best decision. And I especially want to thank you, William, for perfectly hosting us at your home during these past several days.
I'm not sure all the guests would agree to that. In any case, Holmes doesn't seem to be himself.
Duchess Hillsborough will also not be voting. The poor woman has suffered a lot of upheaval lately. As she was feeling quite poorly, she apologizes, but she preferred to return to the continent.
The Duchess? I hope it's nothing serious.
Don't worry, Mr. President. I had someone escort her. The Duchess simply needs rest, and now she is in good hands.
I must say, Sir Gregory, you are beset by bad luck.
Indeed. One would think that I am hounded by ill fortune.
Good. I think we can begin. You will vote in turn on the question that interests us today. Are you for or against the transfer of ownership of Louisiana from Spain to France? Duke Manuel?
For.
Your Eminence?
For. But
Gregory, please. Monsieur Napoleon?
For.
Mr. von Volner?
For.
What?
Gregory, please refrain from interrupting the voting. You know the rules, brother. President Washington?
For.
Finally, Monsieur de Richet. What is your vote?
My turn.
Oh là là. Je vote contre.
I vote against.
The votes are now cast. So you were not won over by my project. That hurts.
I warned you. You didn't want to listen to me.
Never mind. It will still come to pass.
Traitor! What have you done? You are obliged to respect your word. That is the rule.
The time of conferences is over, dear brother. Let us abandon all this charade.
You don't have the right. What have you done to me?
What have I done? Nothing, Gregory. You did it yourself. A word of advice. In the future, that is, if you have one, don't drink someone else's cup of tea without checking what's in it.
Father, what happened?
Sir Gregory, what's the matter? William, what have you done?
Not now.
You are mad, William. Father will punish you for this.
He will probably try, unless I get to him first.
But I cannot die!
No, you cannot die. You are, however, losing all sense of reason, as well as all your special abilities.
What? What did I drink?
Can't you guess? There are but few things that can have such an effect on such as we. You would know that if you ever ventured even a little way off of Father's beaten track.
Revenge!
Oh, no, my dear Gregory. You will not be taking any revenge. You will die stupidly, alone, enclosed in that rather withered body.
Help!
After several centuries of near absolute power, here you find yourself on your hands and knees, hoping in vain that someone is going to help you. Tell me, what does that feel like? Never happened to me. Can't be. You cannot leave your body. You cannot project yourself elsewhere. You cannot even contact Father. Go ahead. Try. But you are my brother. So I ask you to remember that all this is your own fault. And I want you to understand I get absolutely no pleasure out of it. Well, very little.
You swine!
A new order is born today, brother. Enough of Father's hegemony. After all these years of servitude, I can finally stand up and oppose it. You chose to serve him, whatever his excesses. Now it's up to you to face the consequences of that choice.
Matt, I am stronger than you.
Alors, le vote final... Ah, j'ai rien raté et j'ai pas d'alternative. Alors, j'ai réussi à discuter avec les invités supposés soutenir Sir Holmes, j'ai discuté avec Manuel Godoy, j'ai discuté avec Johan Van Roller, j'ai discuté avec Lady Hillsborough, j'ai discuté avec George Washington. J'ai fait pencher le vote en faveur de Sir Holmes, yes. J'ai remarqué que Von Wallner revenait de l'extérieur. Et j'ai trouvé et récupéré Alasif. Nice. Et dire que dans la partie précédente, j'ai tout foiré. Et là, j'ai réussi. Level up. Pif, 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 pif. Alors, attendez. J'en avais 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Voilà.
What? But...
Là, on est dans la deuxième partie de l'épisode 5.
What on earth is happening? Am I dreaming or...
Louis, it's me, Gregory. Listen, we don't have much time.
But where are we?
Louis, I brought us here. You must act swiftly. I can't hold out for long. William has poisoned me. He must have used the blood of a former demon. I am no longer able to enter the body of someone else. The poison is gnawing away at me from the inside. I'm going to die, Louis.
But where are we?
In the ether. What you see is not real. It's only a mental projection created by my spirit. I'm occupying William's spirit at the moment, but I'm not going to be able to keep it up forever. Join me, Louis. Otherwise, all will be lost.
Yes. Yes, I'll join you.
Find a way. Hurry.
I must find them quickly.
On doit le retrouver. Alors, Alasif, bim! Direct. Les liaisons dangereuses. Aguerris se raconte par lettre leur coup d'éclat. Livre de chasse. Pour tous les adeptes de la chasse, plutôt, pardon. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah, il reste 3 livres à trouver. Et je pense que dans l'épisode final, j'aurai tous les livres du jeu. Trouver Sir Holmes.
Beneath your compassion, we take refuge, O Mother of God.
Alors c'est marrant de pouvoir lire...
I deserve a great destiny, and I will let nothing, nor no one, stand in the way of my dream.
History will remember me, and the sacrifices I made. I sense that something is happening, but I could no longer move.
Dear God, if I lose the war against France, I will be doomed.
Je dois rentrer dans le tableau, il me semble. Ouais, ah.
But there must be a way. Rational and open, Sarah. Think, damn it! Think!
Sarah? Is that you?
Louis? Louis, can you hear me? I'm here, Louis. Can you see me?
Of course, but I don't understand.
Oh, merciful heaven. You can see me.
Yes,
Louis, I don't know what's happening, but you must help me.
Look, just calm down.
I can't see you, Louis.
I'm here right in front of you.
No, I can't see you. The caves are deserted. I can't leave, Louis. Help me.
You died.
Died? No! What are you talking about? Look, I am right here.
Son esprit est là parce que c'est une démon. Logique. Sarah de Richet. Non, c'est pas ça. Sarah de Richet, elle est misée dans l'occulte, mais je ne sais pas si la logique. Je sais pas si la logique va le. Son esprit est là parce que c'est une démon. Non. Ah. Non, je vais quand même lui dire nous sommes dans les heures.
We're not on the case.
Yes, we are. I haven't moved.
I promise you. I wish you were right, but you're not. It would seem that we're in what they call the ether.
Their world of spirits. I was sure it existed.
The poor woman is completely losing touch with reality. What you see is not real.
I daren't try understand. Am I condemned?
Look, neither of us know anything about this situation, really.
Help me, Louis. You are the first one, the only one to see me, to speak to me. Without you, I'll never get out of here. Don't leave me like this, I beg you.
Je suis moi aussi prisonnier. Calme-la. En psychologie. Calme-la. Je suis moi aussi prisonnier. Non, on va la calmer parce que je suis pas prisonnier. Calme-la.
Listen, you have to stay positive. Seeing as I've entered the ether, I must be able to leave it. If it's possible for me, then it's possible for you.
Do you really think so?
Rational and open, remember?
Yes, right. You are right. There must be a solution. But how come you can move around?
I'm not dead.
I don't understand.
I think there are many things that you don't understand.
It doesn't matter. I trust you. You are going to help me, aren't you?
I must be getting on. I can't stay much longer.
Louis, I beseech you. Promise you're going to help me.
Lui faire croire que tu l'aideras. Oh, oh. Euh... Oh,
Of course I'm going to help you, Mother.
Thank you, Louis. I trust you. Thank you.
Bah. Ok. Ah non, elle est là.
But there must be a way. Rational and open, Sarah. Think, damn it. Think.
Je peux pas aller... Non. Ah. Ouais, non, il y a un mur.
But there must be a way. Rational and open. Think, damn it. Think.
C'est quand même drôle. C'est quand même drôle parce que le jeu est basé sur les démons et les anges, limite. Enfin non, c'est plus démons et morts, mais...
Rational and open, Sarah. Think, damn it. Think.
À chaque fois, il y a une sauvegarde.
Rational and open, Sarah. Think, damn it. Think.
Donc ça, c'était l'endroit où Sarah était morte, en fait. Ce serait drôle que si les gens... c'est drôle que si l'esprit des gens... Ah oui, attendez. Là, maintenant, il n'y a pas d'énigme, je crois, donc je peux revenir sur mon truc de Twitch. Hop. Ah, j'ai perdu un follower. Oh, c'est pas grave. Ok. Je disais que, ouais, c'est un peu fou que est-ce que l'esprit reste à l'endroit là où il y a le corps de la victime, et ça fait trop penser, enfin les développeurs pensent que si le corps d'une victime est mort dans un endroit précis, ça veut dire que l'esprit il reste aussi à l'endroit précis où la victime est morte. Ouais. On pourrait imaginer à ça. Ah. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a là?
What am I doing here now? Nothing seems real.
Ah si. Putain, il y a un derrière.
What a bunch of amateurs you are. Please, keep calm.
What on earth is going on here? I don't understand a thing.
Louis, don't waste any time. Appease them. My thoughts are becoming confused. Help me. Be quick.
Yes, not a minute to lose.
Organiser les invités. Oh là 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 là, cette énigme de fou. Bon, je suis désolé, mais je dois encore aller dans la soluce. Hop. Franchement, c'est vraiment des énigmes qu'il faut retenir, quoi. Attendez, j'y retourne au 4 pour avoir la 5. Voilà. Bon, avant que la solution ne se lance, je vais voir s'il n'y a pas d'autres objets à récupérer par pur hasard. On sait jamais, hein, vu que normalement, en général, les objets réapparaissent à chaque fois qu'on recommence Les nouvelles parties. Bon, il n'y a rien. Alors... Appuyez pour réorganiser les personnages selon leur affinité. Ah ouais. Je vois pas comme ça. Faut que je l'agrandisse. Alors, en gros, les deux sœurs jumelles doivent être par là. Sarah de Richet doit être là. Cette énigme de la muerte. tout au fond. Il doit être là. Hop. Ah voilà. Organiser les invités.
Looks like I've succeeded. They've all disappeared.
Louis, it's worked. But don't waste any time.
Yes, I'm coming.
At least as soon as I found the exit.
La sortie est juste devant nous. Ah, c'est ça. Ah. On est dans la chambre d'Elisabeth. Oh. Oh, le bug de coussin MDR. Je crois que le coussin en général il est censé être à terre, me semble-t-il. Ah bah en parlant d'Emily.
Emily?
Louis? Louis! Who on earth is... Louis, where are you? I can't see you.
In front of you, Emily. She can't see me?
Louis, are you dead too?
It's complicated.
I thought Emma killed you.
Oh, yes, that's right. She still doesn't know everything I found out.
Excuse-toi de les avoir confondus. Emma est devenue folle. Ça n'a plus d'importance ici. Je vais quand même lui dire...
After her crime, Emma descended into madness.
Are you insinuating that she wasn't responsible for her actions?
It is probable.
But I thought, how is it that you are here? Can you move around?
Explique-lui pour les démons et lasers. Vous déplacer. Ouais, on va quand même lui expliquer.
I'm going to have to be a bit blunt here, Emily. You'll have to excuse me, but it's quite baffling. Mortimer and Holm are age-old spirits who can change bodies.
What?
They're demons.
Louis, are you feeling all right?
And I am one too.
Louis, you don't seem very well at all.
Because William Mortimer is my father, and he's yours too. Yours and Emma's. He's bestowed certain powers on me, like how to read a human mind, and even how to control it. Look, I know it's a lot to take in. Are you all right?
Yes. Actually, no. How do you expect me to feel? It would be easier if you told me you'd simply lost your mind, or even that I've lost my mind, which would at least make some sense. If only something inside me didn't vibrate at the sound of your words.
I'm not making it up, Emily. You've got to believe me.
And where are we then?
In the ether, I think. Think of it as a psychic dimension.
Oh, well, that explains it then. Do you have any more bedtime stories like that?
Well, you are dead.
Yes, of course I am. I should have known. Ask a stupid question.
Yes, I know, Emily. It's hard to believe, but even if it seems insane, I assure you that it's all true.
We are dead, and we're talking in the ether.
Well, not exactly. You see, I'm not dead.
What? But if you are here without being dead, then there must be a way out. Help me, Louis. I am begging you, help me.
Je peux pas promettre ça. Rassure-la. Aidons-la.
I'll do everything I can to find a solution.
You promise?
Yes, trust me. I must go.
Wait, don't leave me. For pity's sake, Louis.
But I must if I'm to find a solution. Be brave, Emily.
Yes, I understand. I trust you.
I'll be back for you, I promise.
Louis, help. Don't leave me. Louis, come back.
J'adore parce que on promet, mais ah bah la fameuse crypte.
My own sister. I should have left her to die when the Tsarina caught her. I really am so stupid. It was obvious that she would betray me one day. That bitch.
Ouais. Ah. C'est tellement triste. Enfin, moi, je suis vraiment triste pour Emily de mourir pour rien, quoi. Mais bon, d'après ce qu'elle a vécu, Emma, en général, je pense qu'il vaut mieux... il vaut mieux que c'est Emma qui doit se reposer pour ne plus être dans la folie, comme il dit Louis. Mais bon. Allez, allons dans la crypte.
I must be quick.
My memories. I'm losing my sense of... Louis? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Pick up the thread of my thoughts, Louis. Of my memories. Make haste.
Reconstituer la séquence de souvenirs de Sir Holm. Ah oui. Oui.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then I didn't react.
Pour le dernier, ça va être full énigme. Incroyable.
And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea.
Ça, c'est la fin. Quand il s'est fait... Enfin, quand il a bu le thé empoisonné.
His children are gathered together? Yes? Here. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. France. So much effort. So much wasted time. It was a trap right from the start.
Oh lol, ils ont laissé les épieux, les feuilles.
Sparta. And when Elizabeth disappeared, No, it's not possible. I couldn't have missed that. Not me. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. Louis. He feeds Louis, and I continue to see nothing.
Ouais.
He broke the rules! I recalled Sparta. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. Ah, Charles Francois. What an adventure. Dear Countess Dunelstein, what a pity you disappointed me.
Il n'y a que ça. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il va faire dans la soluce?
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
Je suis sûr que ça doit être le premier en vrai.
This is about my arrival, as well as Emily's. There must be an earlier memory that talks about my sisters.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
This memory is important, but it's as if there's something missing. There must be an order to this.
Pas de bol, c'était pas celui-là.
Be quick!
Je fais ce que je peux.
Dear Countess Dunelstein, what a pity you disappointed me.
heard about this story. The Countess was apparently an acquaintance of Sir Gregory, but this has nothing to do with what's happening at the manor. I can put that one to the side.
Il faut que c'est un rapport avec le manoir, en fait.
Ah, Charles François.
He's talking about Charles-François d'Angennes and Françoise d'Aubigné. They were contemporaries of Louis XIV. This has nothing to do with what brought home here. I had to look somewhere else.
He allowed me to bring Emily back. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference, supposedly to find her sister, whereas Emma hadn't even disappeared yet. Poor wretch was shot as her sister was setting foot on the island. I should have understood that earlier. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference.
No, not yet.
C'est pas ça.
France.
Analysis is correct, but there's no link to what interests me here.
It was a trap.
Previous conference? That's when Mortimer started putting his plan into action. That's how this whole thing began.
At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring
This is the first event that brought home here. Oh yeah, I'm on the right track.
Premier souvenir trouvé.
I recalled Sparta. I recalled Sparta. I recalled Sparta, of my exchanges back then with my brother. I did everything in my power to avoid the Peloponnesian War, but he wouldn't listen. He always wanted more. Father wasn't gentle with William back then, shutting him in the body of Pericles for 8 years, and reducing Athens and its cursed democracy to its knees.
One of Holmes' distant memories and one of his brothers. With an ego like his, he's undoubtedly talking about Mortimer. Could there be a link here? No, at the time they weren't enemies like they are today.
And when
Elizabeth's presence was crucial for Holmes. If she was still here, he'd still be alive. This memory is important without a shadow of a doubt. It took place after my arrival with Emily and Cardinal Biaggi, but well before I found out the truth about my nature.
he feeds Louis.
So Holmes seems certain that Mortimer's been using me, but I get the impression that he's only had this vision recently. It's one of the last ones he had.
Donc là, c'est en dernier.
I recalled Sparta. And when Elizabeth disappeared,
Non, c'est pas celui-là.
I recalled Sparta. Come to me. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. And coincidentally, And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
There's something missing.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. Supposedly to find
I'm on the right track here.
I didn't want to believe it. And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
I'm getting closer to him.
3. Et normalement... Ah, je suis pas qui. Non, ça c'est le dernier, donc la 4e c'est la D, je crois. S'il me semble.
France, so much effort, so much reason. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference.
Ah, le T.
And the cherry on the cake.
Blood that Mortimer used is deadly poison for a demon. Home won't survive it. Oh, it's over for him. He's finished.
Ah non. Donc le T c'est le dernier. C'est plutôt l'autre.
France, so much effort, so much wasted time. I recall Sparta. He feeds Louis. He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that...
What have I missed?
Ah, non, c'est pas celui-là.
And when Elizabeth disappeared, he cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. And
One
when
more.
Elizabeth disappeared, I must speak to you. He feeds Louis. He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually
the end here.
Et la fin, c'est le café, le thé plutôt. Ça me manque le café parfois.
France, so much effort, so much. And the cherry on the cake, and the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He trapped me. He poisoned me to stop me from being able to leave this body. He cut off all communication with Father and brought his children here. How could I not have seen it earlier? He's going to absorb me. The traitor! No one can stop him now. Hurry, Louis. I absolutely must see you before it's too late. If you have managed to follow my thoughts, come to me! Quickly!
Waouh. Émancipé.
Louis, hurry! He's coming!
What's happening?
I can sense him. He's here. He's trying to get inside me, Louis. William has completely lost his mind. He's getting ready to pull out all the stops. He's going to devour my mind, Louis. I'm not going to be able to stop him.
Louis, you are here. I sense your presence.
What? But he can't even see me.
Congratulations, my son. You have succeeded in joining us.
Louis, don't let him draw you in there. You are signing your death warrant if you decide to follow him. I won't be there to protect you.
It's over, my son. We have won. A new order can be born.
Louis, I'm so weak. I can feel him entering. I can no longer keep him out. He's coming.
Lui dire que Mortimer est là.
He's here.
I can. Can you see him?
He's here. He's coming closer to you.
Where? Louis. I don't want to just disappear. He's inside my mind. I can feel him crushing me.
He's just in front of you.
I'm so sorry, brother. There's nothing you can do to stop me now. You made your choice, and you have lost.
I was wrong about him from the very beginning. He's mad. He must be stopped. You can still do something, Louis. Don't let him get away with it. Please.
Je le suivrai jusqu'au bout. Désolé, je suis Mortimer. Je ne crois ni en lui, ni en Mortimer. On va quand même le suivre jusqu'au bout.
I have been following you, Uncle, and I shall remain with you.
Thank you, Louis.
But what must I do?
We must notify the family about what's happening here. Let me enter you. I shall empower you to do so.
All right, do it quickly.
Accueillant.
There. Now you can communicate with the ether. When you return to reality, go to Elizabeth's room and call the ether. You will find an ally there.
It's over, brother. Don't fight it.
You will be punished for this.
Perhaps, but you won't be there to see it, will you?
You will be punished.
J'aurais pu rencontrer l'esprit d'Azaël. Merde. Alors attendez. Il y avait un cadre qui nous permettait de... J'aurais pu rencontrer l'esprit d'Azaël. Azaël, c'est qui ce... attendez, parce que j'aimerais voir. Ah ouais, Azael, je pense que ça veut dire que j'aurais pu rencontrer l'esprit d'Elisabeth, celle qui est morte dans la chambre, enfin dans sa propre chambre, là où il y a le pentacle et tout en fait. Prison. Ah, merde. Alors attendez, j'essaie de regarder de ce que j'ai raté justement. Ouais, d'accord. Donc ce que j'ai raté en fait c'était justement l'esprit d'Elisabeth dans la chambre du pentacle. J'espère que ce genre de choses que j'ai raté ne va pas... me suis fait rejeter. Ah ok, donc Azael c'était bel et bien Elizabeth Adams. Et Azael c'est celui qui possède Elizabeth Adams. Et celui dans la Solus, ben, il a été, mais il s'est fait rejeter, donc je pense que ce n'est pas d'une grande utilité. Donc, d'un côté, je me dis, bon, je suis quand même content d'avoir réussi de résoudre les énigmes de l'ordre des invités, que j'ai rencontré l'esprit de Sarah de Richel, j'ai rencontré la question de souvenir de Sir Gregory Holmes, j'ai rencontré l'esprit d'Emily Isborough, je me suis échappé de lézard. Et j'ai confirmé mon soutien à Sir Gregory Holmes, j'ai accepté l'esprit de Sir Gregory Holmes. Homme plutôt, pardon. Prison mentale. Je peux rencontrer l'esprit d'Azael. Bon, c'est pas grave. Level Decide. 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 et 4. Voilà. 1, 2, 3. Pas de livre. Dérangé.
Where am I? It's all right, son. Don't panic. It's over.
I'm back? Where are the guests?
I invited them to go up to their rooms. They're resting. Don't worry.
Gregory?
You should have chosen your allies better, my son.
You mean you plan to get rid of him since the beginning?
For years, Louis. Come now. Would I really have risked everything at such a one-sided conference without having a trump card up my sleeve?
But what about the conference rules?
To hell with the rules. From now on, I'm only following my own rules. Things are going to change, you'll see. However, I expect you to stop your childish games and follow me. I gave you time to find your feet with Gregory, but things are going to get serious now, and I expect a little more loyalty from you.
What did you do to him?
I devoured his soul.
But I didn't see you use the Holy Lance.
Indeed not. I didn't need to. Can't you guess how I did it? The Lance of Longinus is just a vessel, Louis. It could have been any object that had the blood of Christ on it. The blood of an ancient, more precisely. But I didn't need the blood of an ancient. You see, I have been in dear Lord Mortimer's physical body for longer than my brother has been in Sir Gregory Holmes. Therefore, I am an ancient, Louis.
He was your brother. Why did you kill him? He never meant you any harm.
Oh, Louis, I am exhausted. Let's talk about this later.
L'interrogatoire. Conviction et science.
No, tell me why now. I want to understand.
Stubborn as a mule. After centuries of trying to convince him, I assure you I had no other option than to do away with him. He would never have allowed me to depose our father. In the past, he had already opposed me, and sometimes very violently. He seemed to you like a man of peace, because you did not represent any danger to him. But I can assure you, he was not. With anything to do with our father, he would be merciless. In any case, what's done is done. I'm going to rest in the dining room. Join me there when you're ready. The time has come to end this little antisocial gathering.
The bastard. He planned to kill his own brother all along. I absolutely must stop him. Holmes told me to go to Elizabeth's room, that I'd find an ally there. I'd better go there straight away.
Rencontrer un allié dans la chambre d'Elizabeth Adams. Voilà, je peux plus y retourner. C'est juste pour voir s'il y a des objets à récolter, mais apparemment il n'y a pas. Rencontrer un allié dans la chambre d'Elizabeth Adams. Ah, là il n'y a plus personne. Ah ça alors je peux ressortir. Je peux sortir. Ah mais non, attends. Ah ouais non, ça m'arrive à voir de là où je suis. Ça alors.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Allons dans la chambre. Hop là. Je peux monter en haut. Intéressant. T'as de la chance que je t'ai laissé en vie, toi. Parce que je le répète, dans la game précédente que j'avais fait il y a longtemps, j'avais tué l'oiseau en lui donnant du chocolat. Et comme quoi, ça m'a appris que si tu donnes du chocolat à un animal, ben, ça le fait crever, quoi. Y a rien. Super. Non. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-dedans? C'est quand même fou que pour la fin d'un épisode, quand même, ils veulent bien te laisser fouiller les zones. Oh là, le bug. Jack Pérou, je ne peux pas parce que ça sert à rien, il n'y a personne. Napoléon Bonaparte, je ne peux pas. Ce qui me semble peut-être logique d'un côté. Ah, Émilie. Pourquoi je peux? La lettre. Oh, bourré d'alcool, hein, dis donc. Il n'y a rien à faire dans sa chambre. Le code d'œil, je ne peux pas. Bon, chez moi je peux, mais ça sert certainement à rien. Le cardinal Piazzi, je ne peux pas. Là, je ne peux pas non plus. Et nous arrivons donc à la chambre d'Elisabeth. Ah. Que fait le serviteur?
What are you doing?
Monsieur Volner asked me to prepare his belongings in anticipation of his imminent departure, sir.
His departure? So quickly?
Oh, yes, he seemed to be in rather a hurry.
Ah, very well. Would you know where I might bump into him one last time?
Ah, if sir would like to say goodbye, sir will find him in his room.
Thank you.
Lui voir une dernière fois? Ça alors? J'aurais jamais cru pouvoir débloquer ça.
Johann,
Louis, I haven't the time.
what are you doing?
I'm getting out of here, what do you think? And going as far away as possible. Sir Gregory is dead. And in case you haven't grasped it yet, I am no longer safe here. If you value your life, you had better do the same.
Hey, wait
no,
a second.
No, I haven't time. Good luck in the future.
Ok. Ce fut rapide.
What are you doing?
Oh, Monsieur Volner asked me to prepare his... Oh, yes, he...
Ah.
Ah, if...
Thank you.
Bah, là maintenant il n'y est plus vu que... Ouais. Attends, c'est ça la chambre d'Elisabeth? Non, 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 c'est pas la chambre d'Elisabeth, c'est le truc... Ouais, ok. J'ai fait tout le tour. Nous pouvons y aller. Allons invoquer notre allié. Hop là.
So I have to link into the ether. What does that mean?
Se concentrer sur homme, se concentrer sur les heures.
Come on, Louis. You've already been there. Concentrate. Remember what you felt. Oh, there it is. I sense something. It's getting closer.
Who goes there?
Elizabeth? But I saw you're dead. You're not Elizabeth.
Who are you?
My name is Louis de Richer.
On sent, mais c'est qui celui-là? Qui est-il?
With all due respect, would you be so kind as to tell me who I'm addressing, please?
I am the father of all, founder of our lineage, the great architect of the laws that govern us.
It's the father of Holm and Mortimer.
Why take on the appearance of Elizabeth Adams?
So,
That is how you see me? Here, everything is mere make-believe. Your mind is working to give me an appearance that you can understand.
I thought Elizabeth was dead.
And she is. I am not Elizabeth Adams, but her fate matters not. Indeed, I sense a difference somewhere. An upheaval in the equilibrium of the ether.
Sir Gregory is well and truly dead.
No, that cannot be.
William used his own blood.
No, that is impossible. The wicked traitor. He waited to be in an older mortal coil than his brothers. What an abomination of our nature. I will make him pay for his arrogance 100-fold.
Est-il l'allié que je cherche? Bah ouais.
I'm here to find an ally.
Which Gregory brought you to me. Be glad you just found the very ally you were looking for.
I'm listening.
William has to pay for what he did. He had no right. No one must ever attack a member of one's own family. That is the law. If you don't want to be involved in all this, let me enter your mind. When the time comes, I will just step in.
You mean, like with Elizabeth?
Elizabeth was not part of our family. She didn't get any choice.
But you can't say it worked out well for her. What's to say that once inside he won't stay there?
If I ask my children to respect the rules, then I must do so as well. So, do you accept my proposal?
Bah, d'un côté, je n'ai pas trop le choix. Hein.
Very well. I accept.
Accueillant.
Good. Pursue your goal now. When the time comes, I will take care of William.
My head! Oh, it hurts like hell! Oh! I hope I've made the right choice.
Ouais. Oh. Je sais pas si c'était prévu de voir ce qu'il y avait avec l'entreporte, mais en tout cas... Allons affronter ce fumier. Je ne peux pas. Je peux. C'est quand même bizarre ça. Ah. Non. C'est toujours ces trucs. Bon, je pense que ça sert plus à rien à fouiller. Je ne peux pas aller là. Or que c'est l'endroit qui me permet justement d'aller dans la salle à manger, mais bon, pourquoi pas. Faut que j'utilise les autres escaliers. Voilà. C'est à manger, je crois. C'est là. Non. Je me suis foiré. C'était de l'autre côté. Allez affronter Mortimer dans la salle à
Louis.
manger.
There's something I'd like to understand before we go any further.
What is it that you'd like to know?
First, know that you are not responsible for your father's errors. However, you must answer for your own actions.
Uh-oh. I better tell him what he wants to know.
Tell me, Louis, what is your share of responsibility in all this?
Je me suis fait piéger. J'ai voté pour Holmes au colloque. Bon.
Look, I'm not the one responsible for this chaos. I decided to follow your son, Gregory.
That is true. When you got wind of William's plans about the conference, did you tell Gregory?
Quand tu as eu vent des plans de William concernant le colloque, t'es-tu confié à Gregory? Oui.
Yes, of course. As soon as we left the conference room.
You were right to do so. So then, what did you do to thwart William?
J'ai protégé mes sœurs, j'ai volé le lance pour le tuer, j'ai trafiqué une lettre au Vatican.
When William asked me to enter Piaggi's mind in order to send a false letter to the Pope to discredit Gregory, I didn't do it. Without telling William, I wrote a very different letter instead.
I see. Congratulations. You did dare to take a few risks. We're almost done here, Louis. Tell me, in your opinion, what should I do with William?
Le tuer définitivement, lui faire ce qu'il a fait à Grégory. Lui faire ce qu'il a fait à Grégory. Pouah, je connais vos règles. 15. Alors là, c'est un truc de malade. Bon, tant pis, j'aurais pas ce genre d'option là, mais lui faire ce qu'il a fait à Grégory me paraît honnête.
You may as well do to him what he did to Gregory.
That would end his existence, once and for all.
He deserves it.
Are you sure?
Ah. L'enterrer vivant. Ah, mais merde. Prouvez votre innocence.
We have to eliminate him once and for all. He deserves to die.
Are you sure?
I think you should bury him alive. For an eternal being, I think that punishment would be fitting. Because according to the family rules, we're not allowed to kill a family member.
I certainly agree with you on that point. He deserves no less. I see you have understood. I believe you have earned a place in our family. I cannot wait to introduce you to the others. But first of all, William must pay for everything he has done. Let's go, now. It's time to get this over and done with.
Ok, l'enterrer vivant, ça fait presque référence à un certain film d'horreur qui utilise ce genre de manière-là.
William, Gregory should never have trusted you. I knew he shouldn't have come here. You evil little cockroach.
No, Father, wait.
It's over, my son. You've gone too far this time.
Oh, Father, by the way, I have a little surprise for you.
Now what have you done?
Let me introduce you to my new servants. You know, I have studied our talents closely, and as you see, they
Do you really think that mutilating your servants so that they can't hear is going to save you?
Well, I admit that was the idea.
You are pathetic. On your knees.
I can feel you entering.
Your ego has always been your weakness, my son. You are your worst enemy. When will you understand that no lock is impenetrable?
No!
If you're the only one who can master them, all I need to do is master you.
Stop! No!
You gambled. You lost.
Look, Louis. Look at him. You were wise to follow my son Gregory. You made the right choice.
You broke the most important of our family rules, William. The one that gives meaning to all the others. Thou shalt not kill. Never, ever kill a member of our family.
What's going to happen to him?
He will be buried alive. But don't worry about that. It is over. Everything that belonged to him is yours now. And I am proud to welcome you among us.
Thank you.
You deserve to join us, Louis. You have great potential and many things to learn. Come to me.
I'm coming.
Von Wollner tightened his political and spiritual grip on King Frederick William. On the death of the king in 1797, Johann retired with his wife to his country estate in order to continue his work on his theological and alchemical thesis. Manuel Godoy's close relationship with Napoleon enabled him to claim a part of Portugal, as well as the protection of France upon the fall of the kingdom. He died in the company of his beloved mistress Pepita after recovering all his titles and properties. Napoleon Bonaparte continued his political and military rise until his self-proclamation as emperor. His excessive ambition would cost the lives of 1,700,000 Frenchmen and leave France poorer and weaker than ever before. Deported and imprisoned by the British on St. Helena Island, he died on the 5th of May, 1821, as an exile to general indifference. During his second term, George Washington had to deal with a number of rebellions. He enraged public opinion by building close diplomatic links with Great Britain, which forced him to give up a third term in office. He retired to his country estate until his death, without being able to implement the annexation of the highly coveted Louisiana Territory. The Duchess, enabling Great Britain to build closer ties with the United States on both political and commercial fronts, was her last diplomatic feat. She gradually withdrew from the English court and had to retire to the country, supported by her ever-present friend, the author Jane Austen. They say that the Duchess inspired her novel Emma, which became a bestseller in the year 1816. His Eminence Piaggi paid dearly for disobeying His Holiness over his vote at the conference. It was consequently decided to withdraw him from diplomatic and political decision-making within the Papal States. It was rumored that his great age got the better of him, and he was sent to end his days in a Tuscan monastery, where he died 2 years later. On his return to Paris, Peyroux resigned from his posting as judge at the revolutionary courts. He withdrew to the south of France with his daughter until his death. Nothing more was ever heard of Lord Mortimer. His sudden disappearance was a topic of conversation in the European courts, but only for a few months.
Apparemment, j'ai rien raté et j'ai pas eu d'alternative. Donc, j'ai tout réussi. J'ai laissé Azael prendre possession de mon corps pour affronter Lord Mortimer. J'ai convaincu Azael de mon innocence. J'ai ramené Alasif sur le continent. J'ai quitté l'île sain et sauf. Et j'ai vu Lord Mortimer être emprisonné pour l'éternité. Voilà. La fin du jeu. Incroyable. Voilà. Je les ai tous faits. Et comme écran de fin, ben voilà, on a ça. Bon, et ben qu'est-ce que j'en pense du jeu? Ben franchement, comme vous l'avez vu et comme je l'ai dit tout à l'heure, franchement l'histoire est vraiment très prenante et les musiques sont agréables à écouter même si ça se répète souvent. J'aurais préféré qu'il y ait d'autres musiques, mais bon, faut croire que dans tous les cas, peut-être qu'il n'y en a pas besoin d'en mettre d'autres ou je sais pas. Mais en tout cas, c'est quand même agréable. Je suis content de redécouvrir le jeu avec un PC gamer parce que je l'ai joué sur un PC de bureau. Et pour dire que jouer des jeux sur un PC de bureau qui n'a pas genre Nvidia, franchement, j'ai eu des bugs, j'ai eu des latences, etc., etc. Et vu que j'ai un PC gamer, ben là je peux dire que ça va, j'ai pas eu trop de bugs. Il y en a eu un tout petit peu, mais en vrai, c'est pas des bugs qui handicapent notre gameplay en jeu. Il y a même des bugs avec le son de la musique, même avec les voix, parce qu'on entend bien qu'à chaque fois que quand le personnage parle, il y a une petite coupure de son, et après ça revient. Et franchement, j'aimerais trop qu'ils fassent une mise à jour justement pour régler ce genre de petits problèmes. Mais en vrai, l'histoire, le gameplay est vraiment pas mal, vraiment intéressant. C'est tout nouveau en fait. Les énigmes, comme je l'ai dit, il faut vraiment connaître la culture pour résoudre limite l'énigme. Et les énigmes, ça surpasse les énigmes qu'on connaît dans les jeux comme Sherlock Holmes et autres. Franchement, ça, c'est vraiment quelque chose de nouveau, en tout cas, de ce qu'ils ont proposé en termes de nouveautés. Quoi d'autre? Sinon, ah oui, sinon la fin que j'ai fait, pour moi, je trouve que c'est une bonne fin. Euh, j'ai laissé vivre les colocs qui n'ont rien à voir avec les démons. Et Lord Mortimer, en fait, c'est quelqu'un qui manipule les gens et il veut vraiment tout avoir que pour lui. Et quand on a quelqu'un qui manipule, qui manipule les autres pour avoir tout ce qu'il veut, en vrai, suivez le père démoniaque. Emprisonnez-le. Emprisonnez celui qui vous manipule pendant des millénaires et des années. Des millénaires et des années. Et franchement, je suis content d'avoir fait cette fin qui est logique, en tout cas pour moi perso. Donc voilà. Je vous le conseille pour celles et ceux qui veulent le découvrir ou de le redécouvrir ce jeu-là. Et amusez-vous à faire votre choix vous-même si vous voulez y jouer pendant la période du Covid. Et voilà, j'espère que cette Rediff-Live vous aura plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas de mettre un pouce bleu, de commenter, partager, ça me fera super plaisir. N'hésitez pas à vous abonner à ma chaîne YouTube, d'activer la cloche de notification pour voir les nouvelles vidéos qui vont sortir. N'hésitez pas à me suivre sur Twitch, le lien est dans la description de la Rediff-Live. Et du coup, je sais pas trop si début décembre je vous ferai un live. Parce qu'honnêtement, j'hésite. Parce que cette année-ci, il n'y a pas eu une nouveauté en termes de jeu. Mais en même temps, avec ce qui se passe à cause du Covid-19, malheureusement, les jeux sont parfois décalés ou ils peuvent sortir au moment où ils ont fini leur production. D'un côté, ce qui est quand même, d'un côté c'est pas mal pour celles et ceux, enfin pour celles et ceux des développeurs qui ont réussi à finir leur jeu aussitôt. Mais pour d'autres, ça devra attendre pour l'année prochaine. Donc voilà, je ne sais pas si je ferai un live début décembre ou mi-décembre, à voir. Allez, sur ce, je vous souhaite à toutes et à tous de passer une bonne journée, une bonne soirée. Ça dépend à quelle heure vous regarderez cette Rediff-Live. Et je vous dis à toutes et à tous, bye bye.